Welcome back, Ravens fans. Cassie Calvert, and today I am joined by your favorite, Marlon Humphrey, who's going to be taking some of your questions. So let's get right into it. Marlon, it's Wild Card Week. We're playing the Bengals, once again headed back to Cincinnati. What's the vibe this week?
The vibe this week is a familiar team, obviously, AFC or the opponent, and they catching the team at a really good time. You know, they're obviously, I don't think they've lost in a while. So we got to be on our A game, and we're looking forward to it, playoff football.
This game feels a little different, and we've always talked about the Ravens-Steelers rivalry, but this Ravens-Bengals rivalry has really become something here. Is that something that the team feels?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, when I guess really my first 5 years, it's kind of been Pittsburgh, it was the team to beat. Now it's in the past, kind of year has been the Bengals' team to beat. So it's it's a renewed rivalry, and to play them 3 times is I think it's pretty fun for both sides.
Yeah, and all the AFC North games are always special, and there's always that added level. But in the playoffs, having an opponent that you are so familiar with, how is that different?
They just know you and you know them, so it's like they're going to do something a little different. We're going to do something a little different, but, the core values stay the same. But it gets fun because then it's there's the little beef there, there's a little beef there, a little push and shoving, and so it kind of just makes you, your love for the game really show, and I think that's what makes it so exciting.
So not only is this the first week of the playoffs, but it's also been a really big week for your teammate, Roquan Smith. He signed a contract extension here. He's won a bunch of awards this week. So this question comes to us from Evangelos on Facebook. How great has, quote, Uncle Ro fit in?
He's fitting great. I think since he first got here, he's just been he just fit right in. He actually told me that he outbeat me in his contract. He told me before he signed. I did not catch on to what he was saying. But he told me, he made a subtle joke, was like, yeah, I had to top you. And I was like, I didn't even realize that at the time, but he told me that. So it was, I actually texted EDC, I love you. So I think, I love that signing. He's a great guy, but a great player. And I think he holds everybody accountable. He's one of the biggest leaders on our team, and he, kind of came mid-season. So anytime you can play with a guy like that and sign him for 5 years, it's really good.
I like that you said that you texted EDC that, because it is cool that you're also here long term. Yeah. So knowing you have a guy like that around, another coworker for the next couple years, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. All I could think about was what EDC's done in the signing guys, drafting guys. But I mean, Roquan, I just can't say enough about him. I'll be here for the next 5 years or so, and I just can only see great things come from playing alongside a guy like that, and Marcus. So I was thinking about both those guys. Mm-hmm. Just those 2 guys alone, man, I think sky's the limit for us on defense.
So let's take another defense question here. Another one of your teammates. This comes to us from John on Twitter. If PQ didn't go to LSU, would you like him?
Well, honestly, I just talked to PQ today about that. I just said, he asked if he could come into the secondary room. Is it too late for him to make the position? And I said, you went to LSU. So he has too much LSU in him for me to even see anything past LSU. So the answer to that question is no.
All right, well, since we're talking colleges, this one comes to us from Nick, whose username is Bama1613. So there you go. Which corners would you say you have modeled your game after, and why?
Oh, man, let's see here. That's tough. I would say when I was younger, I really used to like watching D. Milliner and Drake Kirkpatrick back in my Bama days. I haven't really studied enough, NFL corners to really – I try to take things from everybody's game a little bit, but those are 2 guys that I remember watching because I, ended up, just watching so much Bama football that I was like, man, I really like these 2 corners. So D. Milliner and Drake Kirkpatrick.
Awesome. So this one is from Makeda on Facebook. What is y'all's favorite non-football activity to do as a team?
Favorite non-football? Honestly, this sounds kind of fat, but going out to eat dinner. Now that Roquan's been on the team, he's a big foodie. So we have some good dinners. Just hang out. We had a dinner yesterday at here. We brought food in from Linwood's. And we just watched Waterboy because Ajabo had not seen Waterboy. So we all laughed at that, and it was a good dinner with the defense. So food is the best thing, I think, for, conversation and team camaraderie.
Did Roquan pick up the check?
Roquan actually did pick up the check, actually. I mean, we were like, hey, we're not paying for nothing for a while, so he did pick up the check.
This one is from Mr. Jones. What drives you each and every day to be the best corner you can be?
Honestly, this is weird. This might be a weird answer. You know, you either win or you lose. I personally just don't like to lose. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, what drives me is not losing. You know, it's like, winning's cool. Yeah, we won. But it's like, not losing's like, huh. You know what I mean? You live to see another day. So I think the thing for me is I don't want to, because I associate losing with failure. So I think the biggest thing for me is, you know, not failing. So that's kind of what drives me every day, to be a good player and ultimately win a Super Bowl.
So it's like not having that sense of regret if you lose, right?
Yes, yes.
So speaking of winning, this one is from Chef Boyardee. Can we get the IG live as soon as you hit the locker room if you win Sunday night? Well, he says when we win Sunday night.
Honestly, the only bad thing with that is, guys, they kind of don't like me recording. So
don't say.
Their best way to do that in the locker room would be to take off an item of their clothing, and then I have to turn away. So on the plane, they can't really just take their shirt off.
And they can't escape.
Yeah, they can't escape. Yes. So it would not be the best. I'd probably get in trouble, and then but maybe, possibly.
This is a good strategy. I'm going to have to take some notes on here. Getting player availability, it's strategy. You're a big traveler in the offseason, and this one comes from CE23 is the username. Can I be your tour guide if you visit England? Is that on the list?
Who you wonder who else travels a lot? Roquan. So we're doing a big, I know, that's like, I just can't say enough about the guy. I love the guy. But we will hit England for sure, and we're going to hit that person up. And I think Roquan's going to be funding this trip because he's got a nice little chunk of change. But yeah, we talked about we're going to set up a trip as soon as we win the Super Bowl, and we're going to hit all over, actually. So it might be like a month-long trip. It's actually going to be pretty exciting.
Well, if you need a content team, let us know on that one. Speaking of the media, this one is from, we like this username, Big Truz era. Do you feel the media gives you the respect that you deserve?
Honestly, I took a step back from media this year, Twitter media. So I don't really know how much respect I get or don't get.
Okay.
But usually my family complains of something, and I don't know if they've complained too much, so I think I'm good.
I think you're getting enough respect.
I think I'm good.
Is someone still tweeting for you?
Yes, so I do send some text. I sent a lot of texts to somebody, and they just tweeted for me. And then I started thinking, like, I ask questions on Twitter and then don't even see the replies. So it's kind of weird that I do that. But Twitter, I know Twitter hasn't been the same without me. I don't know how they survived. It's probably why Elon bought Twitter, because I wasn't on there, honestly. So it's a slippery slope. But to answer the original question, respect, I'm not sure.
Well, you still tweet a lot for someone that's not on Twitter, but
this is true.
Okay, this one, speaking of your Twitter takes, is from Ravens Junk on Twitter. I don't know how you feel about that, but are there any foods you actually like, or are you just a hater of all things tasty?
I like a lot of food. People say I like
not mac and cheese.
People say I like to be difficult, which is slightly true, but I am like similar to my dad, I think. I eat things that I don't really like often.
Okay.
So I go in the cafeteria, and if there's 6 items, I just get every item because, you need different stuff. And it's like, oh, this is nasty, but just keep eating it because it's good for you. So they say. But it can still be nasty, and you just eat it. But mac and cheese is something I just don't put on the plate at all. It's just, no.
All right, that's very mature of you. This is a good one to end on, so we'll close it with this. This one comes to us from Chris Jones on Facebook. What is the mindset for Sunday Night Football?
Sunday Night Football, night game. I want to give a quote Marcus Peters said, but that would not be family friendly. But I'll give a quote that Roquan said, we're standing on business. What that really means, I believe I know what that means, but what that means I would say, I don't even know really what that means, but it sounded cool when he said it, and I felt him. He was standing on business. And, we're riding behind him, and I guess the mindset is, man, you got to go attack these guys. They obviously got crazy talent over there. So it's kind of like you got to You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. You're just trying to win more than you lose. So it should be good. Sunday Night Football is kind of like dreams right here. First round of the playoffs. So I look forward to it.
Standing on business.
Standing on business.
All right, that's a good way to end it right there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Sunday Night Football, here we come.
Woo!